All right, good morning, guys. So today we're looking at EFOIs, getting looking pretty good here. It's going from a low of 52 cents here to a high of 71. So we've got a good range, just breaking above that 200 EMA on the 1 minute. So let's hope that holds. We've got Saito, which is running pretty good here, going from 32 cents to just about 60 cents here. So just under 100%. Maybe Sober. We could take a look at Sober as well. Yeah, maybe Sober. It's doing okay. We got ADTX running from just under $3 here to 350. So again, we've got an okay range. FNHC popped up. It doesn't really have a lot of volume or price action right now, but I believe the stock could probably run again, so I'm just going to leave it open. We've got Peggy going from a low here of 470 to a high of 570, so we've got an okay range there. RBT, kind of the same thing. Not a lot of volume or price action, but it popped up on the scanner, so I'm assuming this has a possibility it could run today. iLeg, kind of same story. BRQS, on the other hand, is looking pretty good here, going from a low of, I guess, 60 cents there to a high of 68 cents. So, the range isn't really there, but that could pick up. We have BHVN hitting a low there of $11.23, I think it said. 24 cents, and high there of $14. So we have a decent range on this. Sober's got 349 to a high there 378, so not a bad range on that either. So we're gonna wait and see what these kind of things have in stock for us, I guess. And we're gonna see which ones are worth playing. Some of these don't really have a great range on them, so we're kind of hoping to see some breakouts. But besides that, I guess EFOI is probably looking the best right now for range. Oh, anything new? Oh yeah, Sober popped up on the scanner too now. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's it. There's a couple things that popped up that weren't worth looking at, but I think we got most of it, so should be okay. You loathe sub-dollar stocks? Yeah, they're a whole beast of their own. It's kind of you got to be a little bit safer with them, but also a little bit more risky at the same time because if you're too safe, your stop's going to be too tight and you're just going to stop out. If it's too loose, you risk taking a huge stop out. So it's kind of hard to play those ones properly. But market's opening up here. EFOI, we're going to see what this does here. So far it's headed down. If it breaks down from the 60-cent mark, we might just write that off. Saito here with a big wick on this candle. We might be heading down to support here. ADTX looking pretty good. That's a solid looking candle. No, not anymore, but it was. We'll see if this holds here or if it continues its drop. I'm kind of hoping that ADTX holds. I'm not quite sure I'm ready to take a play on that. FNHC with a nice jump there. Opens up really high. Peggy opening up kind of low. BRQS not really doing a whole lot yet. Neither is that. iLeg's not doing much. BHVN's not doing much. That's not doing much either. Okay, so we're seeing EFOI break down here. We're almost to the point where we're almost back at that 54-cent range. This could be a good recovery, though. I'm going to take a risk on this as a recovery, I think. EFOI, I guess 0.56. We might get lower. We'll see. We'll go for 0.66 on it with a point. We can only give it really like 2 cents here, so 0.54 if we gain 0.56. Wherever you jump in, give it 2 cents, stop. So we're currently at 55 here, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark that down as a 55 entry. And that makes it 53-cent stop. Just changing that up a little bit there. Now, hopefully what we see happen is a nice recovery and we can make bank here on this first trade. But if not, that's okay. I figured it'd be worth a shot. If we hit 0.58, I'm going to be looking to take some profit. Then probably again at 60. And we'll go from there. Okay, so Saito did end up falling. It's hitting a support area here. I do like this 48-cent support, so I think I'm also going to open up a Saito trade. 0.48. We're going to go for, again, 0.46 stop, just 2 cents, and we're going to go for a 0.56 PT. 0.46 stop. So our stop line is going to be right here, 0.46. We're going to be looking at taking profits at 0.51. So the bottom 0.51 is looking like right about here. And we're probably going to be looking at taking profits right here at 54 cents, and then again at 56 cents. ADTX also, man, these are all looking like they're bottoming out. This could be really good or really bad, depending on how the day turns out. But I guess I'm going to go with ADTX here as well at 325 to, I guess, good try for 350 here, because that's a pretty decent range. And this maybe just a 315. You know what? Let's give it a 310 stop. That puts us below. That puts us below that 200, and that could be a very good spot for us. This has got not a lot of range, so that we're risking quite a bit here. So Saito looks like it's breaking down a little bit more. We do see that recovery on EFOI. We did hit 0.58, almost 0.59 there. So go ahead and take some profits on EFOI while I just go ahead and catch up on this ledger here. Okay, so Saito breaking down a little bit. So if you got in 0.48, your stop loss 0.46. If you got in 0.47 somewhere, your stop loss could be 0.45 if you want. ADTX is currently breaking down a little bit more. So we're looking for that 325 entry. We're basically there right now. You could get in now. You could wait a little bit longer if you want to. This is still looking fairly bearish. This was a pretty bullish looking candle, but you never really know. So about as low here as 323. Saito hopefully turns around. We saw a decent recovery on EFOI here. It looks like it's continuing its breakdown a little bit here. So on EFOI, we've got that 0.55 entry. You're looking at a 0.53 stop, so put that stop right there. Looks like we're taking another little bit of a nasty drop, but we secured a little bit of profit there, so. Quite okay with that. As long as I don't want this to stop out, but if it does, at least we got something out of it. EFOI does look like it's turning around, which is good news. Good morning. ADTX also turning around, looking good. So you know what? If we got in around that 323, 324, something like that, we're going to be looking at taking profits around that 334 area. And then we're going to be looking at taking profits around that probably I guess 345 would be pretty optimal. And then we'll discuss further if we get there. FNHC back down a little bit here. Peggy did go for a little bit of a run here, going from 530 all the way to 560, back down to that 530 area. Could we be seeing a breakdown here? It's a possibility. MVST we could take a look at. Yeah, wow, that was quite the drop. Saw a little bit of a run on open, but massive drop on Sober. BHVC or BHVN, it's looking okay, I guess. ILEG, not really seeing a lot of price action. We're just going to close that down. RBT is kind of in the same boat right now, so I'm going to close that down as well. BRQS is doing a nice run right now, going from 67 cents all the way to 76 cents, coming back down a little bit. This could end up running really far, but I do think it's too high to jump into right this second. MVST we'll take a look at. MVST is looking pretty good. I don't know why everything's opening on the 5 minute. That's kind of annoying. Let's see here. What if I just click that to save it? 220 all the way up to 246. So it's got a decent range. Again, a little high, so I'd like to see that come back down a little bit. ASTI we could take a look at as well. EFOI 0.54. Saito, nice jump there. We saw it up to 0.53, so we can look at taking some profits here. You could take profits with 0.51 or 0.54, but currently seeing at 0.53, so. And I need to actually taking profits. Saito 0.5. 0.53 or 0.54, I guess. We're at that now, so that was quite the turnaround on that. ADTX, yeah, we almost got there, but not quite. Looks like it's heading down a little bit here. BRQS, I'm kind of waiting for the drop. Again, ASTI could be a possibility here. Halted at 631 to 637, so it should be open. Must be a 10-minute halt then. Who knows? Sober's probably... I don't know why Sober didn't pop up on the halt scanner, because that's definitely halted. BRQS, we're waiting for a drop on this to maybe get in on it. Kind of barcoding here on FNHC, going from 58 cents to 60. You know what, though? That's a pretty okay range. Might be worth jumping in. So we saw up to 58 cents here on Saito, so make sure you're taking profits there. Profits, Saito, 0.58. EFOI is still struggling. Looks like it's going to touch our stop there, so we will be stopping out on this. We'll look for something more than dead cat bounces on this. Next play, maybe. MPST bounces down to that 235 area. Not a bad idea to get into this, but I do think that MACD is kind of coming down now, so we're gonna give it a minute. I still want to give it a minute. BRQS just looks like it wants to keep going, so I guess we're just going to look for a favorable entry on BRQS. We're probably going to be looking at a 73-cent entry. We're going to go for 0.85 with a 0.7. We'll give it 3 cents. We're close enough. We can give it 0.70. So give it a 0.70 stop. Wherever you get in, just give it 3 cents. Looks like we're hitting some momentum here, so you might have to jump in a little quicker. So just you might miss the train if you don't jump in, but if you jump in too high, it could be a problem for your stop. So kind of a catch-22 on this one. That's the bad thing about momentum plays. I actually have to move my stop up to 71 here. Looks like that was a pretty bearish candle. I may have wanted to wait for my entry, but we'll see. Saito went all the way up to 59, almost touching 60 cents. So that's pretty cool. EFOI is looking like, you know what, it might come back here. MACD's starting to curl, but I'm not quite ready to trust that yet. MSTV, nice candle there from 235 to 245 again. So looks like we should take in that VWAP bounce. It's looking pretty good. It's holding really steady here. So I think we could probably go ahead and maybe trust this. Sober knife, BRQS left the station, yep. You were on the 5-minute too. I hate when that happens. You're like, wow, that's like just one really big candle. To 54 cent Saito. Here, green trade, nice. That's what I like to see. All right, so ADTX is dropping a little bit more. We haven't made any money on ADTX yet. We were very, very close there, 33 cents. Maybe it would have been worth taking some there. I should have probably. It was only like a couple cents off. Saito's still looking good. EFOI could be a possibility for another play here quickly. BRQS still looking good. What did I get in at? 74? 74. So if I go in at 74, I'm probably going to be looking, yeah, you know what, 78, 79. This is already looking like a good place to take profit, so I'm going to do that. BRQS, 0.79-ish, because we might hit 80 here in a second anyway, but, you know, anywhere between 78, 79, and 80 is good here. Yeah, I guess, our next goal is probably going to be like 80, maybe 83. I think 83 is probably a pretty reasonable goal here. And then, of course, we have 85 as PT. Past that, I'd like to see this actually hit 90. And if we can touch 90, I think we could probably make a push for at least close to $1, if not $1. So that's kind of what we're going for on this. ADTX, nice bounce. Saito back down a little bit here. We're at VWAP. The stock is looking pretty bullish. The candle's looking good. There's lots of volume here. $1 million candles, million volume candles on the 1 minute. So looking good. Right off a support area here, 0.51. We could look at taking another entry on Saito, 0.51. Again, try for 0.60 or something with a 0.49 stop. This is a little risky, but I think it's kind of worth taking that risk. We're having at least a little bit of luck there. I don't know what I did there, but that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, 0.51 is, yeah, there we go. So it looks like we're already back up to 0.58. So we're gonna go ahead and say taking profits on Saito 0.58, I guess, because we're at 0.61. Okay. I don't even have time to ledger this. I'm like running behind here because it's moving so fast on me. Okay. All right, cool. So we hit that 0.61. That would have been a good place to take some out on that first trade as well, if not just the second trade. Mullen, yeah, you know what? I looked at Mullen earlier and it did kind of look good. I was kind of salty with it, so I didn't bother actually putting the chart up. I might do that in a minute though. I don't think I'm going to play BHBN. It's in a price range I don't really like. Sober's honestly not looking too great. I'm going to close that down too. Peggy's still a possibility. I'm not sure about FNHC yet, so I'm just going to leave that open. We did see a nice jump on ADTX there. Saito basically went from our entry to our PT there, just past our PT actually. So still holding on to some of that for the first and second trade. EFOI continues to drop, so we won't be playing that yet. MSTV is looking not bad, so we might keep that open. ASTI probably has some volume in it to keep going, so we're going to leave that be. But we'll take a look at Mullen. Mullen's sitting at 33 cents right now. You know what? I kind of like these candles. It's very telling with the price action, but right now it's not telling us much that's good. So I think I'm going to leave it be for now. Saito back at the 0.55 area. EFOI continues its drop. Okay, so we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trays. Is that correct? Let me just make sure. Yeah, okay, cool. BRQS hitting 0.81 there. So not bad. You could take a little bit at 0.81 if you want. That averages us up a little bit. Not bad. I'll happily take a little bit there. MVST not looking too bad. ASTI is heading down. We've got Mole not really doing anything right now. Peggy off the 200 could be a good play, but other than the 200, I'm not seeing much support. Saito did hit a nice bounce there. EFOI would have been a great short this morning. BRQS looks like it wants to make a push. MVST's just it's kind of doing its own thing right now. It did drop down to that 232 area again, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like the second I buy into this, it's just not gonna work. Why is let's see. It's supposed to be real time, so I'm not sure why we're not picking up any momentum alerts. I might have to fix that scanner. Okay. Saito's still holding. BRQS 0.83. So we're hitting that 0.83, 0.84 area. So in that area, we're looking to take profits again. So let's say taking profits, BRQS 0.84. Go ahead and take some more off the table. This one actually ended up being a pretty good trade, even though I got kind of a late entry on that. MVST's looking okay. ASTS, it's doing okay, I guess. Same with Mold, it's doing okay. DBGI, we could take a look at, sure. DBGI. Okay, let's see, 12 cents, so probably too cheap. I really didn't like playing comms yesterday, even though, you know, we made a little bit off it. And this was from 10 cents to 12 cents. Like, it looks good. If you want to trade this, I would say that the price action's there, the volume's definitely there. I think this has potential to really move, but I don't necessarily want to touch something that's below like 30 cents. ASTI is coming down. MVST's up high again. BRQS with a nice red candle there. ADTX really not moving. And Saito looking like it wants to make a push here, so I'm just gonna close DBGI down, but we could take a look at a couple other things here. What do we got? BTCY. It's a dollar range going from 95 cents to $1.14. It's all right. It's not a terrible range, I guess. Candles aren't really giving us much here, though, so I'm not really liking that. Got a couple other things we could probably check out here. We got Ha. Nope, too high of price. We have BRE. I checked this out in the pre-market. It looked like crap, but yep, still kind of looks like crap. WNW, this always pops up. Sometimes it's playable, sometimes it's not. Today is going to be a no from me. All right, we're good with what we got, I think, for now. BRQS hitting a nice pullback, probably down to VWAP at 75 cents. FNHC not really doing a whole lot. ADTX not doing anything. Saito, yeah, it's right where this line is where we were taking. Actually, we can get rid of some of these PT lines now that we've actually hit some of them. I would say, like, since we already hit 60 cents, our next goal is probably going to be like 65. And once we hit that, we'll talk about what's next for that. It just told you it wants to go? Yeah, well, I'm hoping it wants to go because I got some money on it and we need to see some profits there. Peggy breaking down, so I don't know if we'll be touching Peggy. The RQS, if it hits VWAP and it looks like it's going to hold, potentially another play opportunity. MVST's kind of not ranging enough. It's not really breaking out of the range, I should say. ASTI, it's holding the 9 EMA here, but that's not really saying a whole lot. Like almost no volume on these candles. This could be tightening before a breakout here. FNAC's starting to move. All right. Oh, hey, we got our first momentum alert today. It's on Peggy. It's running at 9 cents and 51 seconds. Seems a little late. Still considering whether or not I want to jump in on Peggy. That was a nice reversal candle. Pretty much a perfect reversal candle, actually. We're going purely off price action. That's a get-in signal. But we want to see some context to that. So first candle was a drop, reversal. So this one we want to see green. So far it's giving us what we want to see. FNAC starting to really move here. We could try this as a momentum play. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out, but yeah, we could try it. Everything else seems to be working out all right for us today. So FNHC, I don't want to get in at the high though. So maybe on a pullback, maybe we'll say 0.64 if it happens. Try for 0.70 and a point. I don't want to give it 4 cents or 3 cents. I think 2 cents is probably reasonable here. So 62 cents. That puts us right here. We're right about there. So we shall see. iLeg, I closed down the iLeg chart. It wasn't really giving me much that I wanted to see here. Okay, so the context candle showed us nothing. Doesn't want to do what it wants to. Doesn't want to do what it was showing us it wants to do. iLeg. Nice run up there. 245, too high, 295. So that was definitely a momentum play right there. Nice candles. Going from no volume to lots of volume, I don't think. Will BRQS hit 0.90? Right this second, I'm not entirely sure. We're right at that zero line and right on VWAP, so this is a very tricky area. So this is a very risky entry if we want to jump in on this again. We did just break down on that a little bit. But it looks like it's retracing, or should start retracing. We're going to see here. We might find some support here at that 73-cent point, but honestly, this is looking... I don't know, I'm feeling kind of risky today, so I think I might jump in on this VWAP entry here, 0.75. And try for 0.85 again, with a 0.72. What did we give it last time for a stop on BRQS? Gave it 3 cents, so yeah, both 3 cents seems pretty reasonable. This could end bad for us, but you know what? We're seeing some buying volume kick up here, and I kind of like that. So just gonna move our stop up a little bit there, and we get a whole bunch more shares of BRQS, and hopefully this pans out for us, and we start to see this rise back up to that 0.85 area, and we'll make some bank. Peggy's breaking down. FNHC, nice run up there to 68 cents. Coming back down now, hopefully to around 64 below. We're at 64 right now. I want to see if it breaks below. You're still in it? What do you mean hoping for something? We ran it up from 74 cents all the way to 83 cents, actually 84 cents. So hopefully you took some profits there. That would have been at least quite a bit of profits. 10 cents on a stock that's not even a dollar, you're looking at 11 or 12% profits there. But if you didn't take profits, it's kind of a 50-50 shot right now, I would say, that it goes back up. All right, so we're actually touching PT here on ADTX finally. Necro was told right by ADTX. 334, so we're going to take some profits there. That was a long haul for, I think, 10 cents of profit right there. But I'm happy that it actually worked out. Sido still going. We still got some shares. BRQS still holding. ASTI dropping a little bit. iLeg is not really doing a whole lot yet, but we might see another move out of this. FNHC dropped down to the 0.74 area, right back up to the 0.66 area. So, you know, in this range, if you got into FNHC there at 0.64, you'd probably be looking at taking some profits at 0.66. We're almost at 0.67. We actually touched 0.67 there, so you could take some profits there as well if you wanted to. I'll make that call. Taking profits 0.67. FNHC, or I was called for a second there. BRQS still holding. Fans are starting to flatten out on both sides. Oh, you pushed your luck? Gotcha. Yeah, you either learn or you earn. This might be a learning experience, but it looks to me like we're starting to see that MACD start to pick up. We still got some good volume in this, so I think you might be in luck with this one. This one might start moving back up. Let's see here. ASTI not doing anything. NVST, you know what? It's still kind of ranging in the same area here, 246 to 235, and it's not really doing much else. BRQS still holding. Peggy's still breaking down. We can close down Peggy. I don't think we're going to play that. FNHC back down to the 0.65 area. I don't think we're going to hit the stop for a while, if anything. So I think we're pretty safe where we are to hold some. I'm hoping ADTX makes it to that 345 area because I'd like to get more than 10 cents out of this. Let's see here. BRQS still holding. I think we're just waiting on a little momentum to pick up. BHVN, we could I'll take a look at that. I closed it down because the price was too high for me, but I'll take a look. BHVN. Yeah, I mean, we got some decent move here, $12.70 to $14, so got like $1.30 there. It's not bad. This is the point where I'd rather play a 50-cent stock than a $14 stock, because with a 50-cent stock, like a 10-cent move is the same thing as like this $1.30. So makes it a little tough because you want that whole move to get the same profit. I like nice green there, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on this one, to be honest. We're seeing a lot of wicks the whole way through, right? So that's a lot of selling pressure keeping this down, so I'm not really sure what to think about this. We didn't break a new high or anything. We got a long ways to go before we actually break that new high, but this might be worth taking the risk. BRQS still holding. Bottom band coming up some more, which is a good sign. And we have ADTX looking like it actually wants to make that push, which would be fantastic. MVST still waiting for this one too. This one's going to be a slow roller. Look at this. It is an uptrend, right? So It's good. We should probably take a position on MVST. BHVN's not looking too bad. This is that was a very bullish candle, but this one's not very bullish. I like all over the place, back down to the 270 area. NVAX, let's take a look at NVAX. Definitely a high price there, but it's 1720 to 1870. Again, yeah, the range on this isn't great, but it's okay. It's all right. It's meh. Maybe it's just meh because it's not the kind of stocks I like to play. Let's see here. I'm going to close down Mullen. It doesn't look like it's got anything going for it. ASTI, yeah, I don't think I'm going to play ASTI either. We've got like no volume here. MVST, I kind of want to open up a position on if we get a favorable one. FNHC, nice green candle off that 74 spot. So we picked a good spot to get in. MVST, I'm thinking we need to get in around like the 240s. I don't think we're going to see lower than 240s. MVST, 240-ish. We're going to go for... I honestly think that we could probably hit 280 off this, but I'm going to go for something a little more conservative, 260, and then just a 240 or 235 stop. I think that, yeah, you know what? I would be more comfortable with a 234 stop. I don't want this to break down to the same level here. So that's what we don't want to see. Okay. ADTX giving up a little bit here. BRQS still holding. We're just waiting on that breakout here. I think we're going to get it. Just when? EST. I'd like to take some profits on BRQS, but it's not giving us much of anything here. Could be a well, if anything. MACD's pointed down, bottom band opening up. Yeah, we need some buyers stepping up here. Got 60 sellers up here. That's not good. I'm still in it to win it. We'll see if we can get something out of it. FNHC still looking okay. I'd like to see a little more volume and price action, but you know what? The spread's not that bad, so I can't really complain. BRQS, yeah. Yeah, BRQS is looking a little iffy at this point. Yeah, MVST almost at 250 here. There we go, BRQS, nice little green candle there to 0.76. You know what? I'm going to secure a little bit of profit here. Securing some profit, BRQS 0.76. Just to make sure that we get something out of this. This does look good, does look like it's moving up. Everything's looking good here, so we can breathe a little bit. Should get some oxygen. Saito still not really doing much else with our shares here. It's kind of sitting around doing nothing. Lazy stock, just like ADTX. BRQS is finally starting to move. BHV, another nice green candle there, going from, well, now the range is looking a little bit better if you're looking at 1270 to almost 15 bucks. That's a little bit better. Still, in my opinion, probably not worth playing. I mean, like, I'd like to see this kind of candle happening a lot more on a stock like this price. MVST. So, I mean, it gave us 245 a couple times. It hasn't really broken down from 245. We're getting some signals that it could come down a little bit more, so maybe if you're patient, you could get a better entry. iLeg, nice consolidation so far. It hasn't really showed us anything new. So yeah, still lots of wicks on top. Again, reversal candle. Although, honestly, when you see a reversal candle amidst like a mess like this, it really doesn't tell you a whole lot. BHV does actually touch $15, touches $15.30 there. MVST 246. We've got BRQS nasty drop to stop. Thank God we secured some. I think we saved our ass there. All right. So will this continue to move up? Not really sure, but it's hard to say. Same thing with EFOY. Like this looks like a nice recovery, but off what, you know? Yeah, there's like I'm not seeing anything here to really recover off of. Oh man. I think BRQS could probably do it. We're still seeing lots of volume here, which is nice. MVST 245, iLeg. Yeah, iLeg, you know what? I think iLeg might actually try for another run here. Not sure I trust it though. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades. Okay, trades. We could probably 7 o'clock. We could probably start our hands for a little bit if we have to. MVST's looking all right. We could, so there's a couple things we could do. We could get into ADTX at this 200. It doesn't look like it wants to break down from there. It's pretty consistent so far, but it's not really showing us a lot of great stuff either. Still pretty small range. Saito is still good stock. I think this still could run, but we still have quite a bit of shares in this over the last two trades that we've taken. So I don't really think there's a point in adding more to it before we see some price action. EFOI, I mean, this could be a really, really good recovery play. I mean, you could get this at 50 cents and run it up to, 60 cents or something pretty easily. But again, that would require us looking at volume and seeing that volume for quite some time to see that. And I'm not really sure we'll see that in EFOI. Yeah, iLeg looked like it wanted to break out there. And instead broke all the way back down to the low there of 270. If there was ever a range to play this in, I'd be trying to get in around that 270 mark. That would be the ideal spot. Yeah, ADTX could be a re-entry. I'll open up Peggy again. We'll see. Yeah, it could be a recovery on Peggy. FNHC still bouncing around. Okay, so if we're looking at a pullback on BRQS at a 5-minute scale, maybe we're hoping for a 20 EMA bounce, but other than that, there might be a little bit of support at 0.68 here. I still want to play this because this one's got a good range to it, but we'd have to see it in action. Let's see. Yeah, out of everything here, I'm liking ADTX the most for a recovery off of this basically 315 area. I think that looks good. I think Saito might finally break out here. And like I said, if I didn't have a lot of shares in this, I probably would be buying in because I think this has a potential to run back up and maybe hit that 0.65 area. That's 0.65 right there. But currently not showing us a whole lot. Hoping MVST shows us something soon. Oh, yeah. Boring day. BHVN gives it all back there, bringing back down to $14. iLeg all the way down to 270, then back up to 280. I mean, you could be playing this 10-cent range on iLeg all day long, right? Range trading's the thing. You just got to figure out the levels, I guess. It looks like that's your levels right there. 272 to 282. You're staying in until you make at least $1 profit. What's your what was your entry on BRQS? Was it 0.74 or something? Because if it was 0.74, you're not far off. So it's not too bad yet, but that's a dangerous mind frame when you say I'm gonna stay in this until I make profit, because that's how bags happen. And we don't want bags. BRQS is it does look like it should come back here, so I mean not the worst option in the world so far. But you should have a level where if it drops there, you're like, okay, I have to cut this. FNHC, yeah, still playing with us here on that 0.74 line. We got a little bit of profit on. I'd like to get some more. ADTX slow moving, always. We've got Saito here. Hmm. Do we have any new options here that we could take a look at? Because I don't really like any of these, really. Cattle, yeah, that's a no-go. We have Saito. We've looked at BTCY, but let's take a look again just for the sake of it. 0.98 to 120. Yeah, okay, so the range is okay on this. I mean, like the price action, the volume is really what gets me. It's really not a lot of either. I'm gonna close down BHPN again because I don't want to play that. But yeah, no, I don't want to play this either. Well, we could take a look at AFPI again. Maybe that's got something going on now. No, no, it doesn't. All right, close that down. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're kind of stuck with what we got right now. There's a decent entry. We're almost down to the 240 on MVST here, so you know, we said ish. 241 is pretty ish. ADTX back down. So if you're looking for an entry, 315 is probably going to be it. But again, we're seeing a lot less volume here. I don't like that. BRQS, again, no volume. Saito, it had an area with no volume. Looks like it picked up a little bit here, but I don't know. At this point, I kind of just want to sit on my hands with these last two trades for a while and just wait it out. So I got my entry on MVST here at 241. So gonna look at right here, 246 as a potential profit-taking point, and then probably again at 249. I know it's not a lot more profit there, but just at the high there, I want to make sure I secure some. NVAX went. Let's take a look. NVAX. We got like a lot of tickers to look at, and almost none of them look good. NVAX went from $17 to $19. Yeah, yeah. That's about a 12% move. If you got in right here at the bottom all the way to the top. See, to me, that doesn't look like a lot. Unless my math is like way off, but that looks like 12% to me. VST's not doing much. ALF? I actually haven't heard ALF in a really long time. Yeah, I don't know about that. The price action's a lot spotty, really spotty here. Looks a little better up here, but I don't know. The volume's good at least. I mean, you got some decent volume bars. It's at least averaging. I don't know though. Yeah. Like there's always room to make money on these you know, sub $1 stocks. It's just a matter of being able to factor in the risk. Saito up to 0.59 here, almost 0.60. Just there. There you go. 0.60, hitting 0.61. We're going for a run here. Kind of meant, but it's new. Exactly. All right, so Saito here at 0.63. I'm going to go ahead and take some from that first trade because we need to average that up. Second trade, we got 0.61 though, so I'm not really too concerned about that too much. FNHC at 0.66 again. Remember, that's where we took profits, so seeing something higher than this is going to be a good place to take some. BRQS, still hoping that comes back. MVST is kind of letting me down now, which is not cool, man. I was waiting so long for an entry on this. Saito hit 0.63. Let's hope for 0.65 and we can maybe take some more profits on that second trade we had. Looks like it's holding okay up here, which is good. MVST just breaking down. How sad is that? All right, 0.67 here on FNHC. It looks like it might go for 0.68. I'm going to take some profits here, 0.68. We're taking profits. FNHC 0.68. just to average up because we've been in this forever now. Oh, there we go. Just about 0.69. Or it did touch 0.69. That's awesome. All right, so we broke the high. That's good. Well, the high of the market open, but pre-market we're still looking at top of 69 cents there, so. Oh, that's not, yeah, that's 69. Okay. Yeah, we have to beat that 0.70. Saito hit 66, 67 here. That's great. Let's take some profits on that. Awesome. Looking good. Okay, BRQS, what are you doing? Nothing. Okay, MVST, not stopping us out yet, but getting real close. Probably gonna stop us out. I like finally breaking out here. 292. Finally seeing some movement out of this stock. We knew this was gonna happen eventually, but holy moly, man, that took forever. We can close out off. I don't think I'll play that. We want FNHC to break that 0.70 mark. If we can break that, we could start seeing some actual action out of that. EFOI breaking down again. Nothing good there. We've got iLeg. We could look for an entry on iLeg. It is showing some signs of life. That's more than we're getting out of most of this today. Now, what's going to be the entry point? I guess we'll just know when we see it. Stopping out on MVST. I think this stock is going on my blacklist because I'm very salty about it. But that's okay. You win some, you lose some. ADTX all the way down. Might stop out on the remainder here. BRQS back to 0.72. I mean, we just need some volume and maybe we can take a play on that. iLeg, I want to get in on this. Maybe 280. iLeg 280. I'm gonna try for $3 at least there with a 270. You know what? We need a little bit more room. I'm gonna give a 268 stop. So maybe if we can get a little better than 280, that'd be great. But if you get 280, you can give it a 268 stop. Anything higher, you're gonna have to move it up incrementally. I would not risk more than, the 12 cents on the stock. That's a pretty big stop. MVST stops us out just to move back above. Ultra salty. All right, Saito, let's go. Let's do this. Let's hit $1 here. Oh yeah, I have that. I need to FFIE. Yeah, that'd be nice. Let's see it. It broke past that high, 294. It's coming back down a little bit here. FFIE, let's take a look at that. Okay, so this one's got a okay range. Like the price action's looking better, the volume's still a little spotty, but it's okay. But the thing that kills me here is the range, right? Like you would have had to, like, if anything, we would have been getting in on the break of the 200. So you'd probably be looking. Yeah, see, this is hard because if you got in here, you probably would have came back down. Maybe you didn't get stopped out there because that's only 1 cent. But, let's just say you get in at 51 cents here, only 53 cents. That's only like 4% over the course of the whole day on this stock, which is like not a lot. So we just touched 0.70 here on FNHC, which is great, but we need to break that. And VSC, I hate that stock. Saito, we saw 68 cents there. iLeg back down to the 280 zone, so we're seeing it at 281 here. Nice breakdown, so we can get rid of these because that doesn't matter. So 280 was basically what we were looking at as an entry. Now I guess we're fingers crossed we see some positive price action here. Taking advantage of this drop. Make my stop a little bit easier on myself. Market has been pretty crappy today. It is it's Friday, right? Yeah, it's Friday. Yeah, I mean that's reasonable, I guess, for a Friday. It does seem, yeah, it does seem under par. This whole week has kind of seemed under par though. It's been pretty crappy week. FNHC, we're still hoping for that break of 0.70. Saito looks like it's consolidating nicely. We still have some shares here, so I'm not worried about jumping in high here to get some more out of it, but we'll see. And VST right back to 240. Are you kidding me? Come on. Really? What can you do? FNHC just waiting on the 70-cent break here. If we see 70 cents, we could see 74 cents probably fairly easy. You might get some resistance at 73, but 74 is more likely, and then probably again closer to 80. On ASTI, let's take a look at ASTI. I don't think it looks good. I think there's not a lot of volume happening here. There's not a lot of price action except these last three candles. I would not recommend right now anyway. Like you could, but I mean like it's got so far down it could end up as well. I don't know. This one looks too risky. I like moving back up here, which is fantastic. If we hit 290, I'm going to take some profits. You know what? Even 289 is something reasonable, especially since I got a couple cents lower. Profits. I like 290-ish. Just to secure some here. Okay, Saito, you gotta go. And same thing with you, FNHC. That was a nasty drop down to 66 and pushed all the way back up. People want to see this above 70. Tricky stuff here. Very tricky. Break that 290 again. Come on. Actually, I would like to see a break of $3 on this. There's 290. Let's take a look at our Toro algo. Yeah, it might have helped you with scalping. There's a couple, like this one would have been a good entry. I hate that it's, so the only thing I don't like about this is how long this is, right? It cuts across my chart and that just kind of annoys me. But I guess that's something I can get over. 295 there, that's looking pretty good. Could take a little bit of profit there if you didn't take it earlier. Nice short signal, nice long signal here as well. We will see what this has in store. Let's check out maybe Saito with it. I'm curious. Color me curious. Well, this is saying a buy, so does that mean we should be buying in here 0.59 or 0.60 maybe? 0.59, we'll see. That was a decent short signal. Very good long signal, that's for sure. Another good long signal. This is giving us a long signal here, so I'm assuming we should buy into this, but okay, it's got a lot of lines on it. I need to take that off so I can look at my own analysis here. 2-minute bounce off the 20 EMA, 5-minute nice pullback, maybe down to the 9 EMA. This could be a good long opportunity on Saito. Off VWAP there, 56 cents. I'll take it at 56 cents. That's a steal of a price, I think. Saito 0.56. I'm gonna go with a 0.65 PT. and then a 0.52, no, 0.54 stop. I almost gave myself a way too big of a stop there. 0.54 is just a little bit ways away, but I think as long as this doesn't drop, we should be okay. We can actually get rid of these. Just stop out on everything if this doesn't work. You're shorting Invex? That's hilarious. Let's take a look. Let's see how good your short was. I'm assuming probably somewhere in this area, probably breakdown 9 EMA or something. So like $19 down to $18.50. Not bad, not bad. Nice little short. iLeg did touch $3, so another good place to take profits. $19 to $18.54. Nice. FNHC is running 0.75. We got a lot of profit to take here. Got to take profits on iLeg. Got to take profits on FNHC. Taking profits, FNHC at 0.76, and iLeg, I forgot what it was, $3. Oops. That was a huge jump. That's what I was saying though, right? Like we break through that 70 mark and we could see this like actually fly. And that's exactly what it did, all the way up to almost 0.77 there. That was that big trade, 64 to 76 so far. Still got a little bit left. We might see something out of that. We're hoping to see a little bit more out of iLeg here. Did touch that $3 mark. I'm hoping for a little bit more. Sido did give us a little bit of profit there at 0.58. So if you got into Sido at 0.58, obviously a good place to take profits. 2 cents is nothing to laugh about when it comes to these stocks. Still looking okay. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's okay. Showing a short signal on Toro now, so we'll see what that if that's correct or not. I'm hoping it's not, since I'm still long in it. Oh, Necro, looks like you closed out too early, man. Yeah. MVSU with a perfect curl? Yeah, perfect curl right off my stop. Hate it. Hate it. That's okay. I probably would have cut at VWAP because, I don't know, this has been pretty bullish all day, so I would assume we'd probably see a VWAP bounce, but looks like it actually just kind of fell through. So maybe it'll continue down from here. Bottom of Keltner bands and VWAP to cover. Yeah. Sido looking like bouncing back up to that 0.58 area. So if you didn't get profits before, you can take a little bit now. Hoping for like maybe 315 on iLeg. I keep changing my expectations of the stock, but that's good. Keep it motivated to keep it moving. BRQS does not look good, I have to say. This is just looking like, I mean, like in the afternoon, it could definitely come back, but right now it's not looking good. All the way from 76 cents down to 70 cents. It's about a 10% drop there. Well, maybe not quite 10%. No, it should be close. Maybe like 9. Oh, MVST is just really not something I like right now. Looks good. I just don't like it. All right, so I think that's 10 trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, all right, we're good. We managed to squeak out all 10 trades before close, which is good. We want to utilize our capital as much as we can. We still have some iLeg. We still have some FNHC. We still have some Sido. So that's basically all we got right now. And I do have high hopes for Sido. I think this is going to be a good trade. FNHC's already been a really good trade, but I think we could probably squeak out a little more on it. As long as we don't break down. If we break down from the 70 cent mark, I would say it's probably time to cut the rest. iLeg, I still think 315 is definitely doable. So I'm going to be holding out for that. Unless, of course, I get stopped out. But that's what I would focus my attention on because that's where the volume is right now. BRQS might be an afternoon play. I think this could probably come back up to the high in the afternoon if it can pick up some bullish pressure here. Yeah, Saito's starting to move, you think? MACD starting to move, that's for sure. I'd like to see a little more volume behind it, but this candle just opened, so I guess that's probably half the reason. ADTX, it's got no volume. The price action's starting to look really thin on it. There's not really a whole lot going for it. I do think the afternoon could again hold something good for this one. I think a lot of these stocks just lack volume, and when they get that volume back, they start to run, right? So, I mean, this is one that was bullish before, could continue to be bullish, but right now it's not there. BRQS, same story. MVST, it's looking good. I'm a little salty with it because it stopped me out, but it is looking good. Nice VWAP bounce there. Hopefully that holds. I do think this is going to go for a high, and if it hits that high at 250, it could run further. iLeg looks good. NVAX, too high for me to play, but it is breaking down quite a bit here. I would say if it doesn't poke back above that VWAP soon, you're probably looking at a 200 EMA maybe bounce at 1770. Besides that, let's go over the tracker here quickly. Actually, $876 today. That's quite a bit more than I thought we were going to make. What is that? 83% win rate. We only took one loss. That's good. Let's see what the percentage was. Was it above 100? 110. Hell yeah. Look at that. Saito trade for 23% and then 25%. So Saito was actually the biggest winner today, which is strange because I really honestly didn't expect it out of the pre-market with that drop. I thought this was going to be done, but you know, we took our chances and it worked out. FNHC, again, I really didn't think this was going to amount to anything, but it obviously did. 18% so far, maybe even more by the time we close it out. This Saito trade could end up being a lot more than 3.6%. Remember, that's just the 2 cents, right? So this is why we take profit so early on these 50-cent stocks, because that 2 cents was almost 4%. iLeg so far so good, 7.6%, but I still have some open. I still think it could go further. But yeah. Let's see. What did I miss here? EFOI has a lot of hype. Yeah. Guess who's holding ADTX? It's probably you. Well, I mean, like I said, it could come back in the afternoon. Yeah, just be aware of your levels here. Don't hold it if it. I definitely don't hold it if it drops below 297. That's for sure. Ape. What do I think of Ape? All right, let's take a look. Honestly, this looks pretty good. I like the price action on it. The price action is pretty clear. Volume's at least steady. I wouldn't say it's high volume, but it's steady. What's the range here? 244 to 272. So it's got a good range too. It's got a lot of good things going for it. I think again, it could use a little more volume, but I think this is going to drop a little bit more, seeing as how many wicks we have here. You're probably going to come down for a VWAP bounce, but that bottom band's coming up pretty tight. So obviously, you know, if that bottom band crosses VWAP, you're not going to get a VWAP entry, or you shouldn't get a VWAP entry off it. So I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, my only concern really is it's sitting bearish on the MACD currently, but of course, because it's been heading down for quite some time, I'd be looking for a VWAP bounce or something close to a VWAP bounce on it. Anyways, guys, we're out of time for the day, so I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully you make some money in the afternoon here, and I will see you guys on Monday. And I believe our master meeting is Saturday this week. I'll double check that in a minute, though. Okay, yep. All right, I'll take your word for it. All right, so I'll see you students tomorrow then. Take care, guys.